Hi guys, Rich Pasini here from shop-rjpasini-for-great-deals. As you can see on top up here, you see different videos of me doing things, talking about different items. And I just wanted to share this stuff with you guys on a more happy note. I just want to introduce myself. First off, my name is Rich Pasini. I do sneak peek videos, demo videos, and intro videos. And I also want to say too, that I'm happy that I hit the over the 100 mark on the subscribers. Right now I'm at 102. I'm hoping to get to 102,000. No, but seriously, I'm very happy about that. It shows me that there are people out there, at least I believe, taking an interest in my video content and what I have to offer. And I just wanted to say thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, to all the new guys, or the new people coming in. I really do appreciate it. To me, it's a big feat. People might say, oh, wow, this guy he's talking, he's so happy he got over 100, and he's like, elated, it's like 4th of July going off, fireworks going off. But no, it's true. I really am happy that I got to that point. And I also want to state to you guys that with the items, as you know, I'm a full-time seller on eBay. I just want to say that with the items that you see on my listings, and I'm going to drop a link in there just to, for yourselves, if you would like to check them out, that's totally up to you. I'm an honest seller. Just to give you a little overview about why I do the videos. The sneak peek videos, we'll start with that one first. The sneak peek videos, I do those videos when I get new merchandise, or not per se brand spanking new. Some things I do get new, some things are pre-owned. And the purpose of those sneak peek videos is to give you, the potential buyer, a heads up as to what's going to be listed on eBay. And basically it's a first come first served basis. I mean, it's like having a good friend telling you about a sale that's going to be on and nobody knows about it, or a store's having a sale, an inside deal, and nobody knows about it, but your next door neighbor, your friend says, hey, I got a deal for you, and if you go to this store at such a time, they open up, they're going to have they're going to offer you this merchandise. It's basically something like that. It's a first come first served basis. I'm not saying everything I have in a sneak peek video is going to maybe be of interest to you, but it may be something that somewhere along the line you may want to be, you might want to have that particular item you might be interested in. So I would hope that the subscribers that I do have don't drop off. I know sometimes it goes up and down. One time it was up at 100, then it went down to 99, then to 98. So I don't know if they don't like the content. I hope you guys like it. I try to make it interesting at some point. I do the reseller news as well. But in regards to these sneak peek videos, that's what it's all about, folks. It's to give you, the potential buyer, a heads up. The demo videos is when it comes to certain electronic items. If you notice in some of my videos, if you looked in my past videos, I do demo videos. And what I'll do is I'll get an electronic item, let's say it's a printer, or maybe it's a computer, or whatever it may be, and I'll show you the item working from start to finish, And again, that's to show you that the item that you're buying from me is going to be in working condition. That's number one. And number two, the last thing is the intro video. The intro videos, sometimes I just do introductory or a presentation video. I guess it's both the same, the demo. I guess it all ties into one lump sum thing there. But the intro video is just to introduce the item I'm selling to you. Like if I was going to sell, for example, this mouse to you, which I wouldn't do an intro for you, but if it had special features on it, I'd tell you all about this here, or I'd say, well, in order to load the battery in, you got to take the back off over here. It takes 2 AA's or 2 AAA's, whatever, and I would give you like a little introductory to it, whatever. I guess it's almost the same thing as a demo, but I think a demo and intro are a little two different things. But that's why I do those videos. And the other thing is, we're all in this business here. Again, I'm on eBay to hopefully make a comfortable living with it. And we want to make some money, right? We all want to make money in this here, and I know the buyers out there want to save money. So I try to pick up merchandise that will, that's eBay worthy to put on eBay. I'm not going to buy, I don't want to buy junk, or not junky stuff. I don't mean to say it that way. It sounds very degrading. Oh, this guy's selling junk. I'm not selling junk. What I mean by that is, if I buy stuff, I go sourcing for items. I want to pick up items that are good to put up, like next to new items. And sometimes I do get new items. If you look at my listings, you'll see there are new items on there. And I don't want to sell stuff that's, so badly damaged. Unless it's an antique, it's very vintage. Like I went to a dealer around here, and they had a nice Robin Hood box, lunch box, but the thing was rusted to anything. I mean, it was so rusted. I was thinking of picking up. It was for it wasn't say cheap price, but it was a decent price. And I said to myself, I'm thinking, I'm looking at it in the dealer store, the antique store. I said to myself, geez, do I really want to put that rusty thing on there? And is someone going to buy it? But then I looked on eBay, and somebody was selling one, almost the same exact thing, same condition, rusty and everything. And I don't know if they had bids on. I never really looked up to follow up on it, but I just wanted to see if they had them out there. And I don't know when that case came at that lunchbox. It was a Robin Hood lunchbox. I don't know what era it was, what circa. They say 1935, 1940, 1950. I don't know what it was. I didn't really explore it. I looked at it on the shelf. I said, wow, it's pretty rusty. So I didn't want to go that route. But for the most part, I tried to get new stuff. Stuff that's, like I said again, that's something I wouldn't mind buying. However, you go on YouTube, not YouTube, but you go on eBay and you look at some of the listings of these things. When I get my items, not to boast or brag about myself, but when I get my items, the first thing I do is I catalog them. I have to log in what I got them for. If it was a 25% off, 50% day, off, and then after that, they get cleaned up. Okay, 9 out of 10, they're not really dirty, but I do give like a little. Take a mild disinfectant and clean the things up. Certain items, if they're plastic items, clothing, for the most part, it's pretty clean because I know the stuff they put there is pretty clean. I don't buy too much clothing. The clothing you do see now is my daughter's, my younger daughter. She, is growing out of her clothing, so that's why you see clothing on there, girls' clothing. She's a very petite girl, but she's growing up to be a mature woman. So that clothing that you see there, that's for my daughter's stuff, and I still have more. She figures, well, Dad, you want to try selling it? I know you're doing this here, and if you want it, you could have it. Fine. So that's what I'm doing. So I guess once that stuff sells, I will be selling probably more girls' clothing. I don't know, along the line, I would like to eventually get away from the hard goods and go into soft goods, get more maybe involved with clothing. Start selling men's suits, women's, blazers, dress slacks, skirts, dresses, things of that nature, and maybe get away from the electronics altogether and get away from the big bulky things. I'm thinking of pointing in that direction, but we're going to see how it goes. But anyway, and the other thing I just want to share with you really quick has been having a little issue with my sales as far as like, it's been kind of slow. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna sit there telling you, oh, sales have been great, because it's been slow. The issue I've been having with buyers, potential buyers, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, folks, but I noticed on a couple of occasions I had buyers that would make best offers, which you say I have a lot of best offers there, and on a couple of best offers I accepted, and the buyers never follow through with it. So my rule of thumb is I'll try to message you twice, and then I will resend the invoice 2 or 3 times, and then if I get no response, I open up an unpaid buyer case with eBay. I don't like pointing in that direction to go that way, but I have no choice, because if you want to cancel the order, eBay tells you why you cancel it, and it's got to be those. You have to have a reason for it. I can't just say the buyer decided to cancel the order when the buyer didn't actually call me, message me and say cancel the order. So eBay will not. You can't just put something fictitious in there and make it up. Oh, the buyer told me to cancel when the buyer never did. So when a situation arises like that, I have to open up an unpaid buyer case, and I really don't like doing that. And I think it's kind of like foolish on the buyer's behalf, because you go through the trouble to research what you're looking for, and then when you find it, you make a best offer to the seller accepts it, and then later on you don't follow through with it. Now this particular buyer that was made a purchase, well, supposedly made a purchase, or so the item was accepted, was the what do you call it there? The thing that you put in the car, the videos that go in the car, I can't think of hand, road gear I think it is, or something along that line. And the buyer didn't follow through with it. And not only that, I noticed though, the buyer had just registered with eBay. Now I know people say, well, this buyer has no history whatsoever. It's got a 0 feedback. What am I going to do? We all started there. Okay, so some people may say, "Oh, if I see a person," it's just like, if a seller is selling something, a buyer, seller is selling something, they're brand new, and you come across their list and they got zero feedbacks. You got to give the person a chance. We're all there. We were all there at one time. So, did I feel a little uncomfortable after I looked out? I researched and I said, "Oh, it's a new seller. The guy, it's like he just registered yesterday," and no, I don't feel uncomfortable with it because again, we all been there. But there's two. Last week I had to open up 2 unpaid buyer cases. Same scenario. A buyer made a best offer. I accepted it, and the buyer didn't follow through with it. Same format, 2 messages, 3 invoice requests, and when I got no response from the buyer, I had to open up an unpaid buyer case. That's on 2 occasions. So that's the stuff that's been going on with me as far as with this business-wise. I think this would be considered probably either the 3rd or 4th time so far that I've been on eBay for a little over a year and a half now, doing it full time. I think that's like either the 3rd or 4th time that I'd gone through a situation like this. So I just want to share that with you guys. That's probably one of the ongoing. I'm not sure. I'm going to say it's not going to be the first. And it's not going to be the last. I'm sure it's going to happen more times. With that going forward, in regards to the best offers, I think I stated in other videos, folks, as well. Please, I do accept best offers. For the most part, as long as they're not lowball, offers. For the most part, I do accept them. So if you see something out there in my listings, like I said, I'm going to drop a link below for the listings, eBay listings. If you see something you like, please make an offer, okay? And that's basically it. And if you like this video or the videos I do produce, please subscribe. If you think you got anything out of it, you want to give me a thumbs up, that's nice. I'd really appreciate it. Please share these videos too. If you know anybody that's looking for an honest seller, that I stand by what I do. The work my business. Please, share with your friends, relatives. Pass the word around that this seller is a good upfront seller, honest. I try to communicate with you unless I'm on the road or whatever. I try to get back to you as soon as I can. I'm a one-man band right now. I do have my family if they need. If I need help, they'll help me. But right now I'm doing this on my own. So I hope and pray that you guys could be very understanding to my situation, and that I will get to your your messages as soon as and quickly as possible. I do this pretty much 7 days a week. So I'm always on this thing from probably 7 o'clock in the morning probably to like 12. I think I usually cut off because I do got to get some rest at some point, or else I won't be functioning right. But for the most part, I do answer your emails and your messages. And the other thing in closing, like I said again, I want you to feel comfortable and confident in shopping. And lastly, before you guys buy anything from me, I would just ask a little favor. It's just a little favor to please read my feedbacks. And I know some people may say, well, wait a minute. You have 100% feedback. You're a top-rate seller. Why do we need to read your feedbacks? I just would like you to read them, just to see what other buyers are saying about my service. Okay, that's all I'm asking. It's a little favor to ask in return, and I just want you guys to see what I have, what the other buyers are saying about me. What it going to take? Another 15 seconds, 20 seconds, or 30 seconds out of your time? Please look down. I'm not saying look at all 988. But just maybe look at maybe 10, 15 of them. Just see what the buyers have to say, what other people say about it, and and I'm also ID verified, so I have a PayPal verification there too. So you're dealing with an honest seller. I'm always out there for you guys. Your buyers. Like I said, the buyers always come first. I know there's some people that always feel that eBay is always for the buyers. It's a 50-50 thing here. You can't, as a seller, you can't always be, jumping at the buyer for their situation. A lot of things happen. I had situations where, a buyer ordered a printer from me and they received it and they said it doesn't work. And I told the buyer, please send it back. No hassle-free return. Send it back. Pay for return shipping. And what happened was the buyer may not understood the way, maybe the functional of the printer. I got it home. I tested it out, it worked. And people may say, well, maybe that's just to use as an excuse to return it. You don't need an excuse to return it, folks. If there's something you buy from me, okay, if there's something you buy from me and you don't like it, you got 30 days to return it. So don't feel compelled. Don't rush. The only thing I will say in regards to certain items, electronics, especially if you do buy printers or electronic items, please repackage it the same way I sent it to you if possible. Don't discard any packaging, because if you don't like it and you want to resend it back to me, I need to have that come back to me in one piece, not in pieces. And that's why if you look on my listings, you will see 2 printers there that are being sold for parts not listing, for parts not working. The reason why is because I had sent those out, 1A condition, working. Some of them just may need a toner cartridge or whatever it may be. And what happened was, the last minute, one buyer said that he received the item damaged, that he said it came, like he goes, it wasn't working. He said it was defective. I know it wasn't defective. It was packaged perfect. I know that for a fact. Because I make sure when it comes to electronics like that, they're well packaged, because I know how the postal service is. I know a lot of couriers, they mishandle things, and that's another story. I don't want to get into that. But the buyer sent it back to me, and yes, it was working condition. It must have got damaged when it got to him, because the buyer stated that it wasn't working, it was making noise. And I did a video on it, and in the video it showed you that the printer was not making any noise. And I messaged the buyer and said, well, geez, I'm sorry you said it was making noise, but I was looking at the video just now, and I know for a fact that that wasn't. He goes, well, it could have got damaged in transit, which is possible. It is possible. The other thing is another printer I had, the buyer at the last minute said they didn't want it right before the 30-day ending, and they sent it back to me, and the printer was damaged. It was a good working functional printer. Now, because it wasn't packaged properly by the buyer, it is now damaged, and now it's being sold for parts not working. Okay, so all I ask, it's not a big favor to ask is that part. If you're not sure of something, you do order something like that, please save the packaging material. And the way I sent it to you, if possible, please repackage it the same way. So when I get it, if let's say you're not happy with it, let's just say everything good, it gets there, it works fine, and you're just not happy with it. You just, I don't want it. I decide I don't want it. That's fine. Send it back, but send it back to me in the same way I sent it to you, well packaged, because you might not be happy with it. Another buyer may, and I need to resell it again. And with new stuff I got some new items that are wrapped up with plastic. The other thing is, please don't remove, like if you're buying the videos, I got videos that are brand new, wrapped up in plastic. I got a model car I just put up there, it's wrapped up in plastic. Please do not remove any plastic wrappings unless you're definitely going to keep the item, because once the item is open, it is now used, and I cannot. If you send it back to me at the last minute, I decided I don't want it, you send it back to me, now I can't sell it as new. It's now becomes pre-owned, used, whatever. Okay, so that's the only things I ask in return from my potential buyers, is if you're going to get brand new things, please do not remove the wrappings on them. Leave them on it, so you definitely should want to keep them. I know it sounds crazy when I say, well, suppose it's an electronic thing, I want to test it, and even though it's brand new, it's wrapped up in plastic, and whatever it may say, let's say it was a brand new VHS, and I plug it in and it decides it doesn't work, it's something damaged, that's a different story. I'm just saying it. I know it sounds like I contradicted myself, but I'm talking like with VHS, the models, things of that nature, little things. If they're wrapped up, if you're definitely not going to keep them, or you're not sure, or you made a mistake when you got it, so I could have got it cheap, I'm going to send it back, just leave it wrapped up. That's what I'm saying. Don't remove any plastic wrappings on it, because I need to resell it again. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me and stopping by my channel here. I'm hoping that it'll grow. I'm hoping that the content I put out will be a lot, will be more enticing for you to want to come back to watch the videos. If there's any comments or suggestions, please let me know. Drop it link, just drop it in the comment box there below and let me know. I'll be more than happy to oblige in any way I can. And I just want to say thank you thank you all very much for stopping by and checking out my videos. And you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll talk to you in another video. I don't know if I'll be doing a reseller news today, but I will talk to you definitely soon in the next video. Take care. Thanks again, and please enjoy the rest of your week. Take care. Bye-bye now.